thing real quick before we wrap up. Dricus and Izzy, you fought both of them. Any, like, how do you see that fight? Not prediction, but how do you kind of see that fight going?
Bro, so here's the hard thing. Like, with Dricus, when he fought Rob, I thought, no chance in hell.
No chance.
I think we all did.
No shot.
I did, for sure.
And then he did what he did to Rob, and I'm like, oh, dude, okay. Like, he just keeps surprising dudes. So, to me, in my head, I'm like, nah, Izzy got this. Izzy's going to beat him. But Dricus is just one of those guys that he just fucking, like, somehow pulls it off. That being said, though, like, I still, not even biased, just straight up, I still believe that Sean won that fight. So, I don't know. If I think Izzy has everything that he needs to, like, to beat him. Yeah. But I will not be shocked one bit if he does win. It's just one of those things, like, I've stopped, like, thinking that he has no shot in this, you know? Yeah. Like same with me. Like, granted, you know, things went the way they went. Like, when I fought him, I remember after the first round being like, oh,
smoking
this guy has nothing for me. And maybe that fucked me up, you know, mentally laxed me a little bit. Mm-hmm. And dude came out and did what he had to do, opened up some cuts, broke my nose, and ultimately won the fight. Yeah. And then did what he did to Rob, and freaking, I forget who else he fought after that, but yeah, like, he's just one of those guys. Like, he does have heart. I will give him that. He does have the heart. Like, his fights might not look the prettiest, you know, like Izzy's one of those guys. He has, like, the shit he does is really nice and cool setups, and Dricus is really not like that. But, like, when it comes down to it, he's where he is for a reason.
Yeah. You cornered against both of them. Arguably, you beat Izzy, arguably beat Dricus. Yeah. But how do you see that going from a coaching standpoint? I'm
with Brad. I think Dricus every time out is gotten better. Yeah. And I think, like, and I've actually became friends with Dricus. Yeah. I like him. I think he's a good dude. I think he's a good champion. You know, regardless of what the scorecard said, I felt like we could have done more. Mm-hmm. From our camp. We could have done more to solidify that as a win, but I would love that another opportunity. With that being said, even talking to Dricus, I feel like he's starting to be more comfortable in who he is as a fighter. Mm-hmm. I think he's starting to understand what he's trying to set up and the ways that he's doing things. He can be awkward in a lot of ways, but a different style of awkward that Sean was to Izzy. Mm-hmm. But his awkwardness comes with more power, right? The biggest thing I think that I've noticed in breaking down Izzy, and for us, even when Brad fought him, was I wanted to eliminate the space. I wanted to put Izzy in the corner post and eliminate a lot of his movement. Mm-hmm. I think if Dricus can do that, I think he can have a good night. I think he can beat Izzy. I think if Izzy starts to understand some of the things that you always should break yourself down, right, and find ways to evolve and be better. I think Izzy did that when he fought Alex Bejeda the first time. You know, he took him down a bunch, and he saw a hole in his game that no one was expecting Izzy to wrestle, and wrestled, happened to lose the fight, but showed some new tools and some new elements. That's going to be important, man, because there's so much tape, there's so much out there now in Izzy and all these fights that he's had. We're finding these holes and weaknesses. You have to go back and shore those things up. So, and I hope that's what he's doing, right? Because the middleweight division is better with Israel Adesanya competing in it, right? I mean, he's up there. He's up there when it comes to one of the greatest to ever do it. So I'm interested, man. I'm really looking forward to that fight because we have a lot at stake with it with Sean. But I lean towards Dricus, to be honest with you. I lean towards Dricus in that fight.
It's going to be interesting. I think a lot of people think the way you were saying, like, Izzy easily in this fight, just stylistically. But to both of your points, Dricus finds a way, and he's getting better every time. It may be awkward and different, but he's definitely getting better every time.
Bro, and that's probably to his advantage.
Right.
Like, I remember prior to me fighting Izzy, he had said something about, like my style that he's so used to seeing it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then after we fought, like, it really sunk in, and I understood, like, what he was saying. Like coming from, like, just the kickboxing style where he is, like even all his 80, 90 kickboxing fights, you know, like, my style is more, like, used to what he's used to seeing.
Yes.
Whereas, like, even with Sean, like, Sean kind of frustrated him because, bro, you don't get that style.
Right.
Like, Sean has like it's very straightforward, but it is weird if you've never dealt with it. You know, like for me, I spar Sean all the time, so I'm kind of used to it now, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you've never sparred a guy like that or fought a guy like that, that could be new to you. And I think that's probably like the biggest thing that Dricus brings to that fight is the fact that he is very awkward. You know, he doesn't do things like traditionally how the normal fighter would.
Right.
So that might throw Izzy for a loop, but we'll see.
Yeah. What about the real fight, David Goggins versus Sean Strickland? Oh, bro.
Are they gonna box first or run?
I don't
first?
know, bro. Our guy, man, like when this dude doesn't have a fight, this is the shit we deal with.
Oh man, he even said the other day, he's like, I gotta get off Twitter.
Yeah, dude, please do, Sean. Please do. Yep.
Oh man. All right, I think that wraps it up. I think that does it.